Hi everyone, I'm putting out a video today as a prequel to a video that I released the other day regarding how to protect your own energy. This video is actually about how the empath is formed, and there are several ways that empaths end up the way that they are. Some are born with innate abilities, so they receive it genetically from perhaps empathic parents. And some people come out of the womb more sensitive than others. They have sensitivities to smells, touch, taste, light, temperature, movement, all kinds of things. And then there are the people that have traumatic experiences as children, or the empath is formed as a result of the childhood experience. I have recently had several clients who are all going through a similar experience, which I find so interesting. I think it speaks to how the collective is truly all connected. Some of the people that I work with have not had traumatic experiences. And so when we start talking about their inner child work and their childhood experiences and how their patterns have formed, they start to become almost defensive. And I have felt at times like they needed permission to be able to admit that their childhood experience has led to their patterns as an adult, and what the experiences were and how those patterns were created. Because in order to move through everything, you have to be able to go back to those places and see that and be able to know moving forward what your reactions are and why you're reacting that way, so that you can make behavioral changes. So the disclaimer here is that our development in general comes from our childhood experiences. So regardless of whether you had a super traumatic childhood or if you were from a completely wonderful, nurturing environment, your patterns still come from your childhood experience. Our personality is formed in childhood. We can't change this. We can't pretend like it didn't happen. You have to give yourself permission to accept that your personality was formed out of your family systems and dynamics. So whatever that looked like. Admitting that your patterns are a result of this is in no way blaming this on your parents, siblings, etc. In other words, you aren't saying, I had shitty parents and that's why I'm such an asshole. Or I had amazingly loving, supportive parents, so why am I such an asshole? There's no way that my personality could be related to my childhood experience. You are wrong. Your personality was 100% formed from these experiences, and even in the most benign, non-traumatic homes, there are dynamics happening that cause you to form protective instincts and develop patterns of self-protection. So you didn't have to be physically or sexually abused to develop a certain pattern. Even the most subtle rejections and neglects impact you in a big way when you are a child and 100% dependent on your caretakers, whoever they are. Therefore, give yourself permission to accept this so that you can deep dive into the world of figuring out what your patterns are and how they were developed, because that is the only way to start seeing how to move through them and to change your behaviors. A note here, people with traumatic pasts are almost always empaths. With all of that said, some empaths are born this way and some are formed in childhood. Children learn by observing and watching the behaviors of those around them and learn very quickly how to be in their environment in order to survive. In the case of the empathic child, they sharpen their senses and realize that in order to survive, they have to be hyper aware of the actions of those around them. This ability makes them acutely aware of everyone's feelings and experiences. They take these tools with them out of childhood, and this is where the empath is truly born. Because of this, they have difficulty being around people typically, because their energy is drained so quickly and they absorb all of the emotions and experiences of those around them. They carry all of those bags with them and they are weighed down. This is why most empaths are introverts or choose to not be around people, because they don't know how to do it without their energy getting zapped or feeling like shit. You will likely not encounter an empath who says that they love being around people because people make them feel awesome. It's just not the case. When an empath enters a room, they are almost never attracted to the happiest, most stable person in the room, but they are magnetized to the person in the room who has issues or needs help. This is an innate sense in empaths. Unless acutely aware of this and taking action to keep this from happening, they will listlessly be drawn to all people who need something from them. This takes work, and figuring this out is an important step for empaths. To give you some tools to protect yourself, I suggest my video about protecting your own energy. You can find that video here. Please post your comments below about your experiences as an empath, sharing patterns that you've noticed in your life or tools that you have used to protect yourself over time. Please share these things so that we can all learn from each other. The next video that I plan to put out will likely be more grounding and protective techniques that will help empaths. So please stay tuned for a video about grounding and protecting your energy that will go even a step further than the video that's posted here. Thank you. Have a great day.